Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Some people, when they don't like the truth or reality, they start living in denial. That is, they refuse to accept reality, and sometimes they try to build an alternate reality. And therefore, they just ignore reality, they just form their own, which is away from what actually is. I think many times the leaders of this country are doing that, and or they try through the mass media to influence us in really believing an alternate reality. I have here an article that I think has a very, very important piece of news. Very important. And I think that these guys either live in denial or they want us not to know about it or not making a big deal. I think it's a very big deal. But hey, let's read the article and you decide. This article comes from Sputnik. It is from today, April 25, 2023. Shoigu holds bilateral talks with Iran, Syria, Turkey counterparts. Now, Shoigu is, his name is Sergei Shoigu, and he is the Russian Federation's Minister of Defense. So that means that he is holding bilateral talks with his counterparts, which is the Ministers of Defense of Iran, Syria, and Turkey. If that would not be a surprise for you with the first two, definitely it is with the third, and even more with all three. That's the problem. We have here the triumvirate, the three of them. That's the bad thing. But hey, if you ask a American politician or strategist or expert, is going to say, not a big deal. Not a big deal because they're embarrassed of this. Very much embarrassed. I think. So, Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu held several bilateral meetings with the defense ministers of Syria, Iran, and Turkey in Moscow. So they came, all these guys, in Moscow. They didn't go to the United States of America. They went to Moscow and discussed ensuring, now here is a key word right here, global and regional security. That doesn't mean ladies of the night security, or I don't know, vodka security. That means military security. That's what it means. When security, it means military. The Russian Defense Ministry said on Tuesday. I think this is a fantastic development. Remember, Turkey is part of NATO. Syria is considered a no state, rogue state by the United States. Iran, an enemy terrorist state. And Russia obviously is a terrorist state nowadays. So you got two terrorist states plus Syria, it is under US occupation, we can call that one, because the Americans have military troops on the territory, sovereign, independent country of Syria, which is an occupation if you have it over there without being invited by the legitimate government recognized by the United Nations of Assad. So, and then Moscow, the other terrorists, and Turkey, NATO member. What's going on here? And I'm quoting, on April 25, 2023, the Russian Defense Minister Shoigu held a number of bilateral talks with the heads of the military departments of the Islamic Republic of Iran, the Syrian Arab Republic, and the Turkish Republic. Now we got here three ethnicities. All right, you got the Persians, you got the Arabs, and you got the Turks. All right, who are, I don't want to say it because these guys last time had a problem with the word I used, which is actually the dictionary term. But anyway, you deal with idiots. So but the problem is they have the power to over you. Anyway, who arrived in Moscow during the meetings. Topical issues of bilateral cooperation. Now that's a bad word for the Americans and their weasel countries, as well as various aspects of ensuring global and regional security were discussed, and quote, the ministry said. I think this is Shogolu, I think it is. Kavosoglu. I was so close as I'm close to Japan. About, I don't know, 12,000 miles. But anyway, Golu, I got it. Here it is. And this is Lavrov. Yes. I got that right. I know at least, oh, there's a flag here. So anyway, let's move on. Heavy emphasis was made on strengthening security in Syria and the normalization of Syrian-Turkish relations. Also, special attention was paid to the issues of countering all manifestations of terrorist threats. Wait a minute, isn't Iran a terrorist state? And Americans are like, yes. Isn't Russia a terrorist state? Americans are like, yes. So the terrorists are fighting the terrorists. Okay. The fight against all extremist groups on the territory of Syria. So Syria is the prize here. Following the talks, the parties reaffirmed their desire to preserve the territorial integrity of Syria. That means, weasels out. As well as the need to intensify efforts for the quick return of Syrian refugees to their homeland. When they said this, following the talks, I thought they were going to go to some ladies of the night and vodka or something like that, but hey, it's only in my kinky imagination, it seems like. So, very important development, very important. The Turks would play with whomever is necessary to take care of their friends, the Kurds, which for them is a deadly enemy. The Americans are supporting the Kurds, I was about to say Germans, Jesus. The Russians are like, we can talk it out, But these guys are, no, the Americans, no, the Kurds, blah, 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 blah. It's a little bit like this. I don't think anything is going to happen. Why do you think the Americans are going to be blown up in Syria by the Turks and the Syrians, Iranians and Russians? I don't think so. But nevertheless, the fact that these guys meet, I thought that America was the world peace broker or something, but it seems like it's really the broker of doing something else. Because if you look at all these centers where big wars can just explode overnight, you find United States everywhere. You don't find any other country. In East Asia, you find China, you find North Korea, bad guys, right? And then you find the weasels of Japan and South Korea, and sometimes other weasels from down south. They try to insert themselves over there. Now, in Middle East, again, you got United States of America and someone else, which is Iran. And in Europe, again, you got United States and you got Ukraine and Russia, or you got Serbia, and again, United States over there. So it's very strange, but they got the answer ready and they take it out because we are the country of truth and good. So we're gonna be like Superman. Wherever is needed, we're gonna help. All right. Paganini for you, the 24 Caprice, and we're gonna move on. All right. That's it, my friends. Bad news, but they're going to just dismiss it. They're going to live in denial, or at least they want us to live in denial. And if you don't hear it from me and others like me, Tucker is gone, and next is going to be another guy, and you're going to hear only one version of events. And you will hear the same version from 7 media outlets that are all together. That's the problem. And they say, hey, there's diversity. That's CNN, MSNBC, that's Washington Post, there's New York Times. They're all the same. The security state is friends with all these guys. And Fox News too. Don't get it wrong. Don't get me wrong. There are big interests that, a little media outlet cannot withstand. Because as a professor here at university in the United States told me, Emil, you can, but they got the guns. Oh, okay. All right. So you can, Emil, you can. You can do your study, you can do this, but they will win. I say, why? Emil, they got the guns. Okay. Thank you very much. He was a leftist, so... Go figure. He was a sociology professor, by the way. I can't remember his name. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.